Hey everybody, it's time for another real life superhero intro, and this time it's time for another it's time for another skinny jeans sweatsuit with zipper, gloves, and tape, shades, and COVID mask intro for a new series of real life superhero videos. Instead of taking the daytime intros I already did and mixing them with the nighttime intros, for some odd reason, the next video I'm about to do, I never felt like doing it during the daytime, even though the daytime is when I wanted to do the video. And when I got done doing another video before it, it was close to nighttime, so I decided just to do another real life superhero intro for the nighttime with the same costume and with one different theme, and one theme kept the same. The theme songs. The walkout theme will be the Neat Flicks Something You Can Never Own song, and that will be mostly used as the outro for most videos. And the intro song, the first song that will play before I make my grand entrance, will be Jeff Hardy's, professional wrestler Jeff Hardy's Modest to the Top. So yeah, this is the daytime version. Once again, the topics will be the same. There will be various reviews, rants on social and current events and various forms of media and entertainment. So, with that being said, let me hit the music and get started right now.
This is to the top, the top. My destiny is at the top, the top. My destiny is past the top. Still my destiny is past the top. Straight to the top of the king, and nothing starts shining. Why they should know what is real and how real is still. Only way to build a man sometimes deals in a way that survives a struggle we face in this life. There's a lot of time to get ready to showcase the skills you'll get at the right live your life. If I want to show how the style you protect your life, show the way to make it right, make it to the top of motivation. Until you feel there's nothing more for you to or say. Cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, I'm tired of my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in heaven. Stabbed in the background, I'll show you what happened. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and fight and fight for the things you know you love. To what you think is right, and you like to choose way. So fight and fight for the things you know you love. To what you think is right, and you like to choose way. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.
Hey everybody, coming at you with another brand new real life superhero rant on unsupportive parents, on toxic, tyrannical, arrogant, unsupportive parents. Only this time I have another message and another life story to go with it. So this is another unexpected, rare video. Been meaning to make another video like this for a long time, but didn't think it'd be this soon. I had to put a bunch of other videos on hold to make this one right here. So when I get on camera making my grand entrance, I will explain more. I also wanted to do another video like this with the added accessories to my costume, the various boxes. So with that being said, let me get started right now. It's almost daytime, but I badly want to use this song. I badly want to use this intro and outro song. So here we go. Yeah, like I said in the off-camera portion, this is another rant on arrogant, tyrannical, toxic, unsupportive parents, unsupportive parents. And even if this is a rarity, the first four I mentioned are more of the reality. Rarely will your parents be like just abusive. It happens. It's there. It's common. But the one that's most common is parents just being arrogant, tyrannical, toxic, unsupportive, which is what most of my family is, especially my dad and his wife, in my opinion, who are the worst. I got my issues with my mom, uncle. I have my issues and differences with my mom, uncle, and many more my family, but they're more supportive. They've always been more supportive compared to my dad and his wife. And just recently, in the past up until 2018, I had like to keep YouTube and personal life separate. But like I said, politics and issues in my personal life kept interfering with my YouTube career, that I had to adopt a Tommy Sotomayor, Jesse Lee Peterson, and many more style of character. I already had my gimmick and character before that, but before that it was just various forms of entertainment. It was reviews and videos about various forms of entertainment. Then I started ranting on, but then I added social, past and current events, and other topics like this one. Yeah, recently I had a huge fight with my dad's wife that resulted in me being on lockdown because my dad controls the internet in this house. So no internet, no internet until no internet. At first it was until further notice. Then later they scammed and bamboozled me. It was after I gave an apology to my dad's wife, and that's why I'm telling you here. See, I'm here. I'm here at 35 years old with unresolved issues with my dad and his wife. If you have issues, with your parents, deal with them. Deal with them at the time. Don't wait till later. Number one, don't wait till later, and know your enemy. I made the mistake of not knowing the enemy. I thought my dad and the rest of my family were on my side and always had my best interest, and that just wasn't the case. My dad and my dad and his wife and many more people in my family, when it came to whoever I was beefing with, whether it was teachers, students, or other adults, they always, students, teachers, other adults, bullies, etc. They always took the side of whoever I was feuding and beefing with, as if those people were their children or family versus me, their actual family. And I'm sick of seeing that. So number one, know your enemy. Number two, I caught on to what they was doing and started to do something about it, but chose not to retaliate or do anything about it because I was afraid of a greater consequence. I was afraid of a greater consequence. Well, so I tried to find other positive things in place of dealing with that problem. And finding positive things is good, but you still have to deal with your problems. And if your parents are doing any of these, disassociate yourself with them. I'm sick of parents and adults committing horrible crimes, and yet that same kid is at parties, baseball, football games, various sporting events. Disassociate yourself and only associate with your parents when it's things you want to do. So if it is a party or big event, make sure it's something you planned or agreed to. But you planned or agreed to. Number two, make sure. Number two, make sure it's something you have to do. Things, the skills and stuff, things that are going to be important, like filing for jobs, license, driver's license, getting your ID updated, pretty much important stuff, or things that will be important and will be a requirement for various other things you want to do in life. No more wasted time. These same people who did horrible things, I was at parties, I was at movies, I was at celebration with these people who knowingly did horrible things, wasting time when I could have been doing a bunch of things to be better self-sufficient. So I made these mistakes, and then when you get your revenge, I know it can be tempting. When you get your revenge, or you stand up to your parents, leave it there. Try to leave it there. And disassociate yourself, and don't interact with them unless they interact or attack you first. Even after getting the so-called vengeance, the so-called revenge, I got addicted to it. I got addicted to the revenge and the power I had. See, I learned the law. My dad and his wife thought I didn't know the law, and that was, see, my dad and his wife, my dad's wife mostly, since I've been here, had been threatening me numerous times with either violence or the cops. Violence or the cops. Well, when it comes to violence and the cops, under no circumstances can I put my hands on or physically attack them. However, at the same time, under no circumstances can they ever physically attack, can either of them ever physically attack me. And my dad's wife, who's the loudest, and who's the loudest, most arrogant, but also most cowardly, and is loud, arrogant, and bold when my dad is around. This is the one I love. I'm gonna sit up and say I love bullying the most. Yes, I love bullying females. They're much weaker than their male counterparts, and a lot of them, especially the louder ones, like starting things with people because they know society and many people have their back. So they like starting things and screwing and bullying people themselves. So I really like showing them who's boss, or showing them. See, most men they encounter are chivalrous, and honorable. I have honor, but I'm not so honorable, and I'm not chivalrous at all. Chivalrous where if you come over here messing with me, I won't hesitate to shove you to that ground, or knock you on your butt. So yeah, so I know my dad's wife would never do anything and was acting tough and bold. I saw I had something. So even after I got my revenge earlier this year, where I warned my dad's wife to stop doing something, or there will be consequences. Because my dad's wife, I mentioned in another video, after getting fired 5 times from a job, she still didn't learn a lesson. She's still bashing and trying to criticize people, and is talking like she's the best, when she's been fired 5 times, twice within the same year from a desk job. Yet she still finds time to criticize me and try to order me around. One day I approached her, told her, "You just don't get it. You just refuse to learn the lesson." And I told her, this is your first and final warning. Quit screwing with me, quit effing with me, quit bothering me. And if you attack or do anything to ruin my life, there will be physical retaliation. Stop right there. It should have been over after that, and that was June of this year. But no, there were more minor issues between us. And I got addicted to the powder. And I can say whatever I want to her, and she can't do squat other than tell my dad. She's not gonna try to fight like she threatened, and she can't call the cops until I do anything worthy of calling cops. So I kept bucking, taunting, cursing her out. Even took even further, where I mentioned her dead father, because I badly wanted to hurt her, and also my dad, because my dad, even though I think of him as arrogant, tyrannical, and a little bit of racist. He doesn't like bullies. And bullies, racists, and sexist. Yes, that does not like bullies and racists. What's worse than that? A sexist one who chooses to bully and pick on females. So I wanted to be everything he hates to hurt him like he hurt me, and I want him to feel what I felt every day up until November. Every day up until November 14th, 2024, which is the date, which was also earlier that day, was the day I was punished. Was the day when the incident happened, and I was punished. I lost my internet privileges, so had to focus on other things during lockdown, such as getting my library card so I could use the internet there. I recently learned how to use internet with a phone to get my internet fixes. Actually, right around the time I learned how to use the internet with a phone to get my fixes. I got my full-time privileges back.
full-time privilege back, and also, but more importantly, that this also went back to my old plan when it comes to jobs. At first I wanted a small time job while I wanted a small time job while I prepare for my big break, my big time jobs: the screenwriting, cartoonist, movie producing, video game design, acting, motion capture, combat, vehicle sports career. Those my big time ones. But then later I started to become interested in all of those things, but I still kept with them because I needed the money. Still kept doing them. So I don't know. Actually, yeah. I don't. No, actually, before that, well, I didn't like the dress code. I didn't like the dress and uniform codes. Every place has a dress and uniform. Every place has a dress code, but I didn't like the uniform code. Those careers are just named. They don't have a uniform code. They have a dress code. It's just clothes. What I'm wearing right now. Whereas in most workforce places like stores and businesses and stuff, they got uniforms, t-shirts. They got uniforms, t-shirts, aprons you have to wear over your regular wear your regular clothes, and also policies on hair. And I wasn't willing to shave. I wasn't willing to cut my hair or change the way I dress. So once again, I kept trying the big time careers. The big time careers first, and those other careers will be a plan B. I've now went back to plan A and getting smaller jobs to support myself, and also be more self-sufficient until I waiting until after the break to fully apply for these jobs, especially since the first one I want doesn't have any openings. Yeah, but they said check back after the Thanksgiving break. What else? So yeah, doing that, and also finally deciding I was going to do this later in life when I got married and settled down, and that was seek psychiatric help. But I feel I need to do that. Now, especially as part of the real life superhero movement. How can I fully inspire and hope to help others if you have severe and personal issues of my own, personal mental illness that I refuse to what you call it. I seem normal in saying here, but it's actually the total opposite in real life, and I'm looking to get some medicine for my following dark fantasies of brutally maiming, hurting, and killing people I don't like. I don't like, or who have crossed me. Number two, the result of those includes various hissy fits and temper tantrums. I'm saying now, but once videos like this are off, I appear saying here, but once this video is off, angers of and I'll be jumping around all over the place, mass swinging wildly in the air, and you're not crazy or anything, but see, the fight in real life, the fight or the struggle is over. However, in my head, since nothing was ever really done about that incident, the fight is still going on. So in real life it's over, but in my head I still see and hear that person, and I start talking trash literally to myself. I'm talking to that person, but that person isn't here in real life, it's in my head, and I start swinging wildly, which puts a strain on my body. And it's okay now as I'm still young, but when I get older, that's gonna be a problem. So for mental and physical health, finally seek psychiatric help. It was supposed to be Monday, now I got pushed back to this weekend, either Friday or Saturday. So number one, seek psychiatric help, and the only thing I want is to get a cure for those three things: my temper tantrums, my dark fantasies of hurting people, and my quest for vengeance. I'll still hate and continue to disassociate myself from my dad and his wife and most of my family. But one thing that will stop, especially between my dad and his wife, was the constant seeking revenge, and the revenge part. It was addictive. It was good. It was addictive, but it was taking over my whole life to the point that that was becoming my life. It was becoming getting even with people and beefing with people became my life to the point I wasn't progressing in life. I was supposed to get the revenge and then move on, But no, I got addicted to it. And I want to see these people. I want to see these people suffer, and I want to provoke these people into fighting me, so I could knock them out or make them angry or as pissed off as I am. Some of them angry, as pissed off, and as scared as some of these people made me feel. I want to make them feel the same thing. So yeah. And then the therapy still wasn't enough. My dad, he laughed and mocked about it, but and I started to do this way, but I wanted to do it the dishonest way, the honorable way. I wanted to hurt my dad by hurting his wife, but instead I initially wanted, I went back to this, I initially wanted several rounds. Boxing, MMA, or cage match. Boxing for my dad, since that's his best sport, and I get to wear the full costume, more of the costume. Wanted several rounds with my dad in the ring, because even after getting psychiatric help, it still wouldn't be over, and those bad habits would later resurface again. And I still want that fight, one blow off fight to end and settle everything. And after that fight, no more of me. I'm not going to be doing this right now anyway, but no more one-upping, no more trying to one-up my dad, no more beefing. But what I'm getting at is, you saw how for years and years I let problems get worser and worser and worser and worser and worser, and chose not to deal with them. And they got worse. It got worse and worse and worse. So I'm just trying to tell people, don't make the mistakes. Don't make the mistakes I have. Or don't make the mistakes I have. If your parents or anything like I'm describing, disassociate yourself with them. Do not be at parties with them. Only hang out with them when it's important. When it's important stuff, or stuff you want to do. Stuff you have to do and stuff you want to do. Live life how you want to. Never let anyone tell you what you can and cannot do. What you can and cannot do. This is a running problem. One of my biggest supervillains is haters and negative people. And the biggest haters and negative people in my life are other Afro-Americans. N-words and pro-blacks. The two groups of people I have issues with. You got the N-words who ruin everything for everyone. They're the people you see. They're the people you see causing trouble outside of liquor stores, drug dealing, always up to no good, and ruining it for good, decent, hard-working brown people. Then you got the other ones, the pro-blacks, who are not criminals, who are not criminals. They're actually productive members of society, but they're arrogant, toxic, unsupportive, and they claim to be pro-black. They claim to be there for brown people, but all you ever see them doing is fighting and doing horrible things to other brown people. They don't ever actually fight any evil white supremacists or other races. They're always doing things to brown people. They have the most heat, the most energy for other brown people. Once saw a video of a middle-aged Afro-American woman bragging about how she made her own kids hate her. Have you ever seen another race brag about, oh, I made my kids, growing up to do the right thing, I made my kids hate me? Absolutely. Now, there were parents who had to administer tough love like that, but did you ever see another race of parents saying, "Oh, growing up, I had to make my kids hate me," having no energy for no one else, but having the most energy for your kids. Then, when the kid responds and retaliates, oh, here comes them to call child services to remove you from the place, or call the cops, or kick you out. Yet they say it for you. Then they get mad or angry or hurt later in life when you want nothing to do with them. when you want nothing to do with them. They think that committing horrible acts like this, also believe committing horrible acts like this is not that big of a deal, and that when it's over, you can go back to being friends. You can go back to being friends, socializing and stuff. When I'm sorry, that's just not the case. That's just not the case. So yeah. So hopefully you take what I say. So hopefully you take what I say to heart. And once again, it's for people who have the same problems I have. You don't. I'm not talking to you. This is the same people who have the same problems I've had. I've seen it all. I've seen it all the times, and I've seen too much of it. And as I just saw with the story I just told, it was something that was a problem. I let it get worse. And even after correcting the problem, I got addicted to the vengeance. And badly wanted to hurt my dad and his wife, and it ended up putting me in an even worse. It ended up putting me in a worse situation. When first had to find God to finally calm me down. Number two, had to focus on other things. Number three, finally reach out to my mom and sister to finally seek psychiatric help. I briefly had it in 2016 to hide from a false release report that I'll talk about in another video. But because and then I had four more, and then I had a couple more other incidents where I was even after finally approaching my dad for the talk, apology, and that challenge I wanted, which was several rounds in the ring, which by the way he sarcastically mocked and laughed at. But I did my part. I just had to throw out the challenge. I just had to throw out the challenge and fight him if he accepted. After everything that seemed well, my dad and his wife bamboozled me. They promised my sister during a conversation that if I apologized to my dad's wife, I get my internet privileges back. I gave a real genuine apology, apologizing for four to five things. Not only did they kind of both, especially my dad's wife, misunderstood the apology. They thought this apology, this was me apologizing for the wrong I'm doing, but I said nothing will change. The only thing that will change is there will be no more fighting or no more vengeance or me trying to one up anyone after it's done. After it's done, I'll still hate them, but I'll go back to my daily and regular life. No more trying to plot and seek vengeance. Yet they keep thinking this apology is some kind of truce, when that's just not the case. It's some kind of truce, and we're gonna go back to loving, liking, and respecting each other, and know that just wasn't the case, and that everything will be over. No, just the fighting and stuff, that'll be over. Their crimes against me are unforgivable, and we'll never forgive them. My dad's wife, where she gave me a lecture. Then when I was trying to clean up, and was making progress, even telling my dad and his wife about my plans for the future, which I really don't like doing and shouldn't have to do because they're not involved. But tell them to stop the fights between the two, because they're going to be the people on the outside looking in. They're gonna see something they either don't understand or don't agree with. They're gonna accuse me of doing nothing. They're gonna mock or try to punish me. Then I'm gonna get angry. Then I'm gonna retaliate against them, and I'm gonna be in trouble again. So that's why I just have to tell them. Me doing all that and a couple of other things, they not only bamboozled me when I give the apology. I didn't get the internet back. They didn't think it was genuine. Then my dad, we have a faulty alarm system that I have nothing to do with, that goes off, and just because I was slow I was slow and kind of too tired to turn it off. Forcing my dad to rush upstairs to turn it off. He took it out on me and said, "This is why I didn't have my stuff." And then Tuesday when I came home and briefly had internet access, I guess this was a glitch or something. I briefly had internet access. The glitch. Briefly had internet access. After having it for 30 plus minutes, it just quickly went off, and I went out and threw the hugest temper tantrum ever. And all of that progress I made, I was about to throw it all out the window. My grandmother, mom, and sister managed to calm me down, but I was irate and was about to beat the living tar out of my dad and his wife, and ruin my therapy session and possibly get locked up possibly not get thrown out the house, but locked up for a long time. So that's what I'm saying. You got issues and stuff, deal with them. Do not hide or avoid your parents or these problems, and know your enemy. Know the parents who are there for you and who are themselves. And what's worst about my dad and his wife is when they do all these things, they arrogantly believe they're helping. They arrogantly believe there's something positive. They arrogantly believe they're doing something positive. They can't see what they're doing is wrong, which makes them even more dangerous and even more toxic. Avoid people like this. They claim they have your best interest, but they really don't. So yeah, don't make the same mistakes I made. Don't make the same mistakes I made. If a parent tells you he or she can't do anything, ignore them. Continue to follow your dreams. If they try to stop or sabotage, violently retaliate against them. And then when you get your retaliation, try to continue on with your life. Try to end it there. Don't continue like I did. When I saw I had some form of power, I kept going. I kept going. It was so much fun. I badly wanted to hurt these two and see these two suffer and cause them the same anger. The anger, which God, I wanted to get my dad's wife so mad that she would have no choice but to attack me. And then once she attacked me in self-defense, I would turn her lights out. Just make sure she survives and don't get injured. Then when my dad sees his wife beat up, he'll get mad and he'll attack, and I'll beat him up. I'll get the satisfaction that he's as angry as hurt as I am. Then I'll get him so angry he'll attack, and then we'll settle our problems. That's what I wanted. Now I want the other one, me and him, several rounds in the ring the more honorable way. That's goofy and silly too, but that's a more civilized way of settling things. That's dangerous, but boxing is controlled. Boxing, MMA, and kickboxing, there's combat sports. They're controlled. There are referees and stuff to stop it, just in case. The referees, round time limits, and other things to stop it from getting out of hand. Whereas a street fight, that's unsafe. There is no control in a street fight, and those should be avoided at all costs. No positive outcome comes from a street fight. So yeah, I'm finished for now. Hopefully everyone understands, and hopefully everyone understands the message of this video. Comments, unfortunately, will be disabled. Because videos like this can be seen as bullying. Well, you want to hear the rest of the music and see the rest of my mannerisms? Turn the video off right now.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. Have no regrets, yeah, outside of my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happened. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Some things that you can never run. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never run. So fight and fight and die for the things you know you'll love. Do what you think is right, and you like to what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you'll love. Do what you think is right, and you like to what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn back to games, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to games, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own.